End of the week going. Hope you had a wonderful midweek service wherever you are, and looking forward to another wonderful day. Had a good day on Wednesday. Was able to go out soul winning. Was able to get some things done in the office sooner than normal. So me and one of my staff men able to go out soul winning, lead someone to Christ, and lead some people to Christ. Looking forward, of course, then today another day of soul winning for our church, scheduled time. And I'd encourage you, get involved in the soul winning ministries of your church. It's always good to be a soul winner, my friend. And I want to challenge you right now. You be in place at your church for soul winning time. How about you doing that? And the Lord will be pleased. If we could get people that really believe in a heaven and a hell, I promise you this, we would never have to worry about people becoming soul winners. Boy, how we need to be stirred to be a soul winner. Well, today, I want to talk about sources that hurt a church. In 1 Corinthians 11:16, the scripture says, "But if any man seem to be contentious, we have no such custom, neither the churches of God." Now, it is critical for the lost to be saved, that we make sure that we do nothing that would hurt our church. Now, let me say this, because the church is the vehicle that God uses to propagate the gospel of Jesus Christ. But I'm afraid that many believers do not realize how critical the church is to people being saved. Christ started the local church because he understood that it would rally believers as one to reach the world with the gospel. Now, Christ loved the church so much that he died for it. That's how much he loved the church. Now, one would think that someone would consider that hurting God's church, considering how close the local church is to the heart of Christ, that they would never do such a thing. Because Christ loves the church. Now, you have to understand this. Satan hates it. So, because Satan will do anything, so therefore we have to understand Satan will do anything he can to hurt the church. Often, Satan uses God's people to hurt the local church. And sadly, many of God's people don't realize they are being a tool of Satan to hurt God's local church. Now, 1 Corinthians 11 shows us four things that hurt the local church. First, contentions are the first source that hurts the church. Contention is simply letting disagreements hurt the local church. Everyone has opinions, yet many people have allowed their opinion to hurt their church, which hurts the propagation of the gospel. Now, when we get more focused on our opinions than the gospel, contentions turn to the church's focus. It turns the church's focus from soul winning to fighting each other. Now, there's nothing wrong with having an opinion. We all have opinions. But never forget, your opinion is not worth causing contention in the church. It's not worth pushing so much that it keeps souls from getting saved because of the contention it causes. Second, unfaithfulness hurts the church. Verses 17 and 18 talk about assembling as a church. Some may not hurt the church by causing contention with their opinions, but they hurt their church by not being faithful to all the services. A church cannot be the tool Christ wants it to be in spreading the gospel when only a few people or only a small percentage of the church are faithful to church. The advancement of the gospel in reaching the lost around the world would be so much furthered if every believer would be faithful to all the church services and faithful to soul winning. Unfaithfulness has likely hurt more churches than contention or division has ever caused. Now, we have to watch out. Our contentions hurt it, and unfaithfulness hurts it, but divisions are the third source of contention. Paul said that he heard there were divisions in the church of Corinth. This church rallied around the personalities inside the church instead of rallying around Christ. Now, there's nothing wrong with loving the leadership personalities. I think you ought to do that. But we must never let our love for a personality cause us to rally around that personality instead of rallying around God. When we get these little cliques or groups inside of our church fighting over the personalities of a church, of the church leadership, that hurts the church's ability to be unified in reaching the lost for Jesus Christ. So we've got to watch out for contentions inside of a local church over opinion. We must watch out for unfaithfulness. Then we've got to watch out for divisions. Last of all, got to watch out for heresies. Heresies hurt the church. Paul also understood that there were heresies in this church at Corinth. So a heresy always hurts a church. Now we all have to be careful not to be carried away with false doctrine. It does not matter if our doctrine is wrong in one small area. One small area of false doctrine is a cancer that perverts all doctrine. All it takes for the gospel to lose its power is to let it be perverted with false doctrine. Pure doctrine keeps the gospel powerful so we can reach the lost for Jesus Christ. That's why we cannot compromise in one small area. Well, but you know what, preacher, you don't understand. We're doing this so we can reach more people. Oh, you listen to me. When you start perverting just a little bit of false doctrine coming into the church, then heresy starts. And heresies will hurt the church. My friend, we cannot allow compromise in any area. Some people say, well, not all compromise is bad. That's an idiot talking right there. Compromise when it comes to truth is always bad. And anybody that says it's not, let me tell you right now, they're a full-blown liberal, and you can mark your word on that. Because anybody with a common sense would tell you, you cannot, get this now, you can't pervert a little bit of truth and it still be truth. Once truth is compromised, perverted, it's no longer truth. One drop of arsenic in water means that it's no longer pure water. And we've got to understand one drop of compromise, letting Calvinists in our pulpits, letting baby sprinklers into our pulpits, letting people into our churches that don't believe the gospel, and non-soul winners. Listen to me, got to watch out for it. These will hurt the local church. Now, I'm saying we've got to be careful. Contentions, opinions will hurt a local church. And all this is talking about, I'm talking about the local church. Like, for instance, if I was talking to my church, I'm talking to Maranatha Baptist Church as a local church. We got to watch out for contentions because of opinions. Unfaithfulness hurts the church. Heresy will hurt the church. My friend, we got to watch out for these things. We don't want to let anything be that cause, that thing that would cause us to hurt our own church, the church that our family goes to. Let's love our churches. Let's do what we can to avoid the sources of hurt to our local church. Let's keep our churches strong. Why? For the sake of the gospel. If the local church stays strong, my friend, these things will be away from us, and we can reach more people for Christ when these things are not a part of our church. Well, I hope this is a help to you today. Now, let's remember today, be good to everyone. Everyone's having a tough time.